Hello everyone, my name is Quays, and today we are going to be playing The Beginner's Guide. The Beginner's Guide, I don't know much about. I basically got told that this is the game you play when you struggle to start something new or learning something new. And considering I've been putting off making YouTube videos for 2 or 3 months or something, I thought now's the time to, well, one, make the video, but also two, play the game and actually see what they have to say and do. Alright, let's begin the game. I thought it crashed then. Yep, audio is on. Yep. Okay, standard controls.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide.
Oh, you're welcome.
My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way.
This isn't like old Counter-Strike.
And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment.
Oh, wow.
But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this?
This is still kind of cool, though.
This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So,
look at all these boxes.
2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them.
Can I jump
He
up
doesn't
here?
put them onto the internet. He just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever.
Yeah, I
think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder.
Oh,
So,
no.
you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda.
I mean, this is pretty interesting.
So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com.
I can.
Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Okay. I mean, I was very, very young when 2008 was around. Whoa! This reminds me of laser tag or something.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see.
I'll go
from
this way.
Coda.
No, I can't go that way. See, I fear I'm gonna miss out, if I don't go every single way.
You can click to fire the gun.
Ooh, that's cool. Oh.
Security code breached.
Oh, is this a PvE game? Oh, okay, this is kind of cool. No?
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development.
Oh, I can't go that way. Okay.
For instance,
Okay.
you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
I've
But
run out of
ultimately,
bullets.
we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was
Oh,
complete
okay,
the way
no, I
that
have.
it is.
I've run out
And I
now.
think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
I can't leave.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin shifted activation.
Oh, is this we can go this way? We can go this way.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, it's really interesting to see how, like, you know, games are put together and that sort of thing. So, like yeah, like, this is, I mean, this is more of an older style game, I'd say, compared to, like, all the new stuff that we have. Like, you know, like, what was it, Unreal Engine and Unity and all that? Like, a lot of this stuff is all, like, really simply put together, and all this other stuff's kind of, like, hidden unless you, like, show it. So, like, yeah, it's just interesting to see how, like, older games is kind of, like, designed or made or whatever. Oh no, is this a maze?
Apparently, this space station has a labyrinth on it.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that
Nope.
I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
No, oh, I wanted to try it. Like, can I go back? I want to go see it.
Or if you'd really like to solve the labyrinth, you're welcome to do that too.
I kind of would. Actually, no, let's not do that. I'm gonna get lost. Nah. I was thinking about it. This way. See, I already got lost, and it's just a little zigzag corridor.
Okay, this is the part
Okay,
that's
hang on,
interesting.
pause for a second. All right, where were we? Space station.
The game has this narrative about the Whisper Machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Okay.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could finish us off. That beam is powering the Whisper Machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If you...
Okay, how do we destroy
Your
it?
body could stop the beam.
Wait, you want me to
It's so much
walk
to
into
ask,
that
but for all of our lives,
like
would you do it?
plasma of electricity or
Would you give
something?
yourself?
Oh, it's drama. Oh,
Let me pause here for
I'm
a
stuck.
second.
but
What you just experienced,
No, what
stepping
happened?
into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays
So
it,
hang on.
something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere.
Gotta
And
turn
this
it
is what happens instead.
this way. No? Alright. I'm back here. Do I go back into the beam? Oh! Oh. I mean, classic bug in a game. It's never a
The
bug, it's
beam
always a
causes
feature.
you to start floating. And this is an important
Oh,
moment.
there's the labyrinth. Oh, wasn't
Because
that hard?
yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it, like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this
Swear it
floating
reminds me
could be
about
the
Minecraft.
afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse.
As you can
I
see
don't
the
even
box.
know. I have no idea what he was thinking,
See,
but
see the box
what's
line?
clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs.
Actually, this is a whole box.
So he stops work
there's
on
the
this
corner.
and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Well, it gives like Halo vibes, right? Maybe. I haven't really played Halo, so I can't say, but the style looks like it. The past was behind her. Oh, I can no.
Yep.
Oh,
In this game, you
I
can
can walk
only
backwards.
walk backwards.
What? This is. Could you imagine if it was a game? I like. Oh, this is so awkward. I have to like think about it. Can I fall? No, I can't. Okay. Oh.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist
Future
experiment
could be
combining
s-
motion and
could not be
narrative.
seen.
It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete.
Oh,
Code is trying to
why
give
does
it
the
a
future
unique
keep
voice
changing?
rather than simply
Oh.
basing it on a pre-existing trope.
This is kind of cool. When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. Is this like a metaphor that like when you like you you can't look at the... What did it say? It was something like you can't look at the past or you can't be seeing the future, something. And saying like the present, you're kind of just walking blind until you get somewhere and then you like see what's in front of you, like what you've done. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength? Oh, to confront it.
It's a short little thought. It says what it wants to say, and then
That's
it
pretty
ends.
cool.
Didn't
though.
need anything more than that.
I can see where their brain,
which to me is
where
why
their-
it
where their brain-
works,
where Coda's
because
brain
it
was
gets
going.
out quick. Okay, next one.
Oh, I can walk forward now. Yes. No. Wait, I can't. No. Yeah, I can. What's this? Is this like a bounding box? Okay, it's a bounding box, so I can't. I have to just walk forward. And it's just like a straight line. All right. You are now entering. This is a horror game. So I get jump scared right here. So I'm not gonna... Oh,
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet.
Wasn't a horror
Please
game.
be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
okay. Is it like a series of like,
Oftentimes,
like
Coda would
multiple
put
games?
bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games. I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he
makes-
was making it.
I mean, this
Once
makes me
he stopped
curious.
work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
I mean, this is like, if a game just spawned me in this room, I know, like, even this is fine. I'd still be kind of like, oh, I've slowed down.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens.
No!
So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show
Yeah.
you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, if I just spawned here in like a game or something, I'd be curious to see what's at the top of the stairs. Stand on an stranger appears, you must address... Hang on, live on a boat taking orders from the captain. The captain is always wrong. You must address a rally.
room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Ah, was that a pair of floating eyes emitting footstep noises? Key in one game unlocks the door in a complete...
Coda would often tell me
that'd
that
be
he
cool.
didn't mind if people thought of him as
That'd be
cold
kind of
or
cool. And like have it
distant.
like as a
He
sequel
said
game.
that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person,
You scream into a
but
mic
that it
every
takes time to really see that. It can be a very
Nothing but
slow
giant
climb to
box
get
ticks
there.
explain- For some reason, I thought it was like this game, but nah, it's not. It's not a small room until you realize you can just walk through the walls. Oh, I wanted to read more of them. I mean, because we're taught a lot of like game mechanics, like how games work, and we kind of like instinctively follow them. So when you have like a game that sort of like subverts all that, it gets pretty interesting. Okay. This looks like another like. It kind of looks like another FPS kind of like, you know, that corner maybe. Not sure. Oh no, this is definitely not.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Nice. All right, I can play puzzle games now. No. Do I have to? Wait, did I fail it? Oh no, wait,
Don't
Oh, there we
forget
go.
that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're
why are there
gonna
3
see it a
dots here?
lot.
Not sure, maybe the 3 dots are important later on. Eh, okay. So each of these are like a puzzle, that's kind of cool.
So that seems to be it, right?
oh.
You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. All right, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Okay. So I'm assuming it's just these like walls here. Oh! Oh! There's a lot to this.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything.
You don't see the
That's not
behind the
your
scenes, you
role
just
as
get
a player.
shown what you're shown.
So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
Oh, back here again. You are now exiting. We were entering before, weren't we?
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow.
Oh,
It could
okay.
even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have,
Okay.
we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
But is that bigger picture going to be like coded like on purpose, or is this just it just happened? You know, like it wasn't planned; it just turned out to be because that's how your style of how you make things. That's my question.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine,
It's
which
like
determines
Unity,
what the game can and
absolutely.
cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Yeah, so again, Unity, and we're talking
To make
looking
all
at
of these games,
um,
Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines,
Source
Source
first
has
Source.
certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does
Oh.
well.
I don't want to fall off. Do I? No.
The tools
Let's just
available
wait.
to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to
noticed.
stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Do I drop? Okay. Is it you kind of like pushing the extremes of the engine? I mean, like, okay, for example, Unity, I believe, is I've never worked with any of these, but I believe Unity is a like an easier kind of like game development thing, and it's been around for longer. When it comes to like quality and you know, like picture quality, video quality, all those sorts of things, I believe Unreal Engine's the better one to go with, but it's not as easy to make a game. I thought I missed. Where am I trying to get to? Am I trying to get? Let's go here. I'm so afraid I'm gonna miss and like fall. Like that. Like that. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're doing okay. Actually, I think we're supposed to fall anyway. Yeah. It's a bit stairs. This gives me a bit of like Robloxy vibes to me for some reason. I think because it's like the blocky texture with like stairs in a spiral. Although the texture quality is a lot better than the blocks from Roblox. What was that? I don't know. Noise. These are like cattle fences. What? Is this a prison? I'm locked in now. It's an elevator. I'm getting up. I don't know why I'm thinking this is a horror game. Wait, this is a cell. Wait, no. You're actually putting me in a cell.
This prison, funny
Yeah.
enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, we're going back down again.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
See the ambience? There's like little white dots somewhere. That was ambience. He's added ambience into the game. I got so many questions now. I guess the similar thing with like Stanley Parable, same creator, but like I've got so many questions to know like where the story's going. I can't tell. It's just kind of like experience. Look, 3 dots again. That was on like the other. Is that like the not like trademark but branding? Oh, here's the puzzle.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
Okay. Oh. It's like a dark mist fog thing. Alright. That. And that one.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Look, there's the box again. See, like, each game is just within a box. I believe Source Engine is a game where you can make games, but I've never actually, like, looked into it, so I'm not sure whether it's just, like, a Source Engine thing or not. It's got very old-styley games, so maybe it is. It's a fireplace. You there, did you come from
Here,
above?
Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Oh, okay. Yes, there was a world stamped with whiteness. Yes, there was an enormous prison I spent hours in. Yes, there was 3 floating... I'm gonna say the floating coloured blocks. That's the one above? You've been there? Yeah. This is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yes. Yes, we did. Again, perfect. Now, please tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. I don't remember how I solved it. I try to remember, but I can't. I didn't solve it. Someone else let me in. Trust me, you don't want to go over there. But I do remember how to. Let's try this one. You must think harder, please. Try hard to remember. It's so important that we get out of here. We must escape this prison. Can you think harder? There must be something more. Please tell us how to reach the end. I mean, like, if the game's not playable, is that considered a prison? Because are these just like people in a non-playable game and they're just kind of like stuck forever? Oh, it's you 3. Is this the same room? How'd you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? No, I've been here this entire time. It's just you go and see the puzzle sometime. It's not meant to be solved, but you can sit in the black space in the middle. But you can solve it. Who are you? Who are you? Just go hang out there in the blackness for a bit. You may not like it at first, but it'll grow on you eventually. Okay. So now we're on the
So
spot.
we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
I'm getting so I'm trying to figure out what the storyline is here. Then like all the games are disconnected. Wait, you hear that? I'm supposed to spend some time here? It's like houses.
It's a lamppost.
Oh.
Okay, I can't tell you quite why.
Gotta focus
but
on this
for
one,
some
not the
reason,
houses.
Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games.
Yeah,
with no clear
I agree.
purpose,
I don't know.
and
I don't
maybe
know
you
what
can only
he's
float
doing.
around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination.
Okay.
We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Also, I'm just trying to explore around, see if there's anything, because these games you can walk back in the labyrinth and the narrator like says something. So I'm just seeing if there's like little Easter eggs or something or other. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's kind of like the Subnautica when you launch the when you launch the time capsule for like anyone who gets stuck there. And you find a time capsule. I don't think it's from like other players, but still, like similar kind of vibe to it. Click. Nice room. No, oh yeah, okay. This is the internet.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to
How
the
do you
internet.
beat this game?
All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda.
Oh really?
This was actually the first game of his that I ever played.
No
This
point to
was
this.
shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So
You
right
guys
away I was
hear
like,
me?
I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably
Hello.
a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention.
Reasonable.
I was over-enthusiastic.
Everyone read this.
But he was very gracious about it
Hey.
and very patient with me.
This place makes me sad.
And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to
Fine,
happen if
fine.
you read all of them.
I'm
Either
king
way,
of the world.
to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played. But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we
Like it
get
when
to
I
know him
would.
better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me.
Flying penguin
That I
toad
could
is
just
the majestic thing I ever done.
Play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work.
It
I think
sounds.
this is why I always liked Coda's games so much.
It sounds like
Is because
Coda.
it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
I assure you guarantee that there is an acorn somewhere here in this place and the sales are looking for it. It sounds like Coda's like trying to get something out of his head. Just looking for someone to talk with. I've refused to believe. But a spat. Let's go to the. Recognize me, please. Nothing here, go back. Don't listen to that guy. I feel like Coda's jumping between two different thoughts. A free t-shirt. Makes game includes door, cannot open door, thanks. Need other side. Door why you so? Door how open? Open sesame. Ah. Someday I'll meet the person who made this. But Koda, you made this. I help people because of the integral feeling there. Sorry, I help people because the integral good feeling I get. Whoa, this is bigger than I thought it was. New room, new content. Do you hear the chimes? They keep you going, don't they? What is happening? What is happening? I'd very much like to be desired. It's not very crowded here. Scared of writing something, don't want to feel judged. That's true, just true. If you try and like make something, you don't want to be like judged in a bad way. So, oh, don't bother. You can't go in here, I think. Well, congratulations. I don't really know where to go with this. Game where you leave notes and suddenly everyone's a poet. Yeah, it's an idea. Failed to write anything here. So this is kind of like Koda's notes, like creative thoughts process maybe. Stop. Turn back. Pressing for will only result in misery. Take my hand. Let's jump together. No. No. Cabbage shapes our nation. What is that painting? Kind of cool. I actually like it. It looks like was it they toucans? Or like, you know, like the bird with the red and colourful wings. Doesn't matter if you get over there. Hey, don't talk about me that way. Very good game. I think this is not going anywhere. Next time we'll do better. I need someone to talk to. Code is sounding very alone. This is a note. Yeah, it is. Don't listen to other notes. It sounds like Coda's trying to get all the thoughts out of his head, but I'm not saying, dear. Oh, we're in the room now. Stay alone, you cannot fall off. Oh, you can't. There's a wall here. All right. Ethical. I saw a person walking down there. Now it won't come back. It was a person. Huh? Devil Tower Star. That's a cool name. Name for a game. Well done, all of you. Painting. What does it mean? Just a painting. Stop faking it. This sounds like he's put creative works out there and is just struggling. Hey guys, how's it going? Just hanging. Whoever made this has issues. These like comments from like, you know, comment feed. Help, I'm trying to speak. I think it's about how things look messy from up close and perfect from far away. Honestly, it does look better from far away, but I still think it's quite alright. From up here, it just looks like dots. Cabbage shapes our nation again. Spoilers, it doesn't mean anything. Stop pretending you are other people. We will... Who are all of you? It's about how this game is pretentious and you also. Devil Tower Star again. Maybe I'll feel real someday. He was himself the most horrible creature he could imagine. I really kind of miss not going to see the other like notes, because this is kind of like piecing together a bit of a story. Well, I'm here now. We're all here now. There must be a reason for it though. His terrible secret, he kept it well. I beat the game. Oh my, there's so many notes. More room?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the
writing
puzzle
something.
again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Koda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
That can spread between. Almost there. I've seen everything. I have traveled the world. I've never told anyone. I wish there was notes in the real world. Become one with aspiring nonsense. Sounds like he's downward keep digging. Sounds
In
like
each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
It sounds like Coda's really struggling with some stuff. Almost at the end. What's the puzzle? Sounds like Coda's gotten really stressed out. And does this puzzle have a solution? Oh my god, I've been here for literally an hour. What do I do? Help! Still, how do you solve it? Developer, answers please? This doesn't make sense. The second door won't open. Help.
And
I'm gonna
because
try
there's this dark
something.
area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here.
Start there, guys.
To step back
Guys,
and
it's not so
connect the
bad.
pieces together, to
No
grasp
solution.
at that elusive bigger picture.
Okay, the other place told me to stay in here for a little bit, so I might try doing that. The voices are gone. At the back. I'm going to assume there's nothing else left in here, so let's just continue on. Oh, typewriters. How do you leave notes? It's a lamppost. Are you there? Please say something. It can't be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you having so much difficulty talking? Speak, speak, speak. I'm getting stressed out from this now. Oh, time periods. I haven't been paying attention to those.
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Interesting. Oh, the door's open. Ah. Oh, I can't go through. It's the same picture. It's kind of a nice staircase, though. I will say, I like the design. This is the walking path before, right? What?
See, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Oh. It's just the outlines. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? Try that TV with a surround sound. Oh? What about along the wall of the room? Could we do 10 stoves? Oh, okay. No. I think we should light up this room a bit. Skylight, full ceiling, her window, let's open this baby up. I was thinking 10 by 12, recessed electric, 6-inch, soft LED ceiling lights with fluorescent trim. Very fancy. We'll put live Tesla coils in each corner. You know, let's live Tesla coils. Close enough. Table, you need we've got a table. I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making any difference. Tables were invented in... See, I'm pretty sure, like, none of my choices are making any difference. Yep, see, table. Table appeared. Whoa.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness'
Wait, can I
sake.
not jump over these? I can.
So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Okay. Oh. No, please walk forward. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Does he feel trapped? Does he feel trapped in this creative space? Was it follow instructions carefully? First, click on this table. Good, now go over to the photo frame and click to turn it slightly. Look, 3 dots. Again, the 3 dots are still here. Now turn the floor lamp in this room off, then turn it back on. This one. That's... Okay. It goes left sofa, left side sofa, move it over a little. Finally touch the shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. What does that mean? Return. Oh, we're back here.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea.
Whoa.
There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally,
Oh, we're in the
it's awful
well.
to watch this.
Oh,
To see
dear.
a person basically
Oh, that's the door, the
unraveling
door
their
puzzle.
world. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other
Oh,
than
we're
this
upside
prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop, that particular mechanism
the-
of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created.
Okay.
And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
All right. This is a lot more detailed. I mean, the lamp, that's the end of the game though, so oh, telephone box. Oh. Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from the escape the prison. You're me? So you were trapped in this prison too?
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to
yeah.
talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows.
So I'm right now, so I'm glad
But
now
the
I can
irony
get out
is that
eventually.
even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
It feels like being completely still while the emotion at the same time. Okay. I'm not sure where this is going. I thought I had an idea. I got no clue. Do you feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out and then things will be exactly the same as before. Is this like stuck? Again, just feeling like it's stuck? I'm still me, but I'm not somehow. It's hard to describe. That one. But if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? We didn't, did we? No, this is the first time I've got a call. Then can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do? To get out, let's talk to me for a bit. What? That will free me? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. Just talk to me. It will make sense. Just talk to me. Okay, I can talk. Let's talk for a bit. Will you be here? I'll be here for as long as you need.
I can see why he
Game's
considers
ended?
this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. August 2009.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself? To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
There's a door behind me. Oh, let me just go double check. I want to see if this door actually has a has like a puzzle. Although the closer you get, the darker it gets. No, okay. I think I entered from there. So. We're locked in. Well, my goodness, I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Though I might be having to clean this entire house by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes.
You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous,
It is a step up.
including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Why don't we start cleaning and then you decide whether you could do it all night? Yeah. I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now could you please run into the bedroom and make the bed? Where's the bedroom's over here? Bathroom. There you go. While you're in there, why don't you straighten the rug out a little bit? All the little details matter. Did you enjoy being house cleaner? Did you end up doing this job? It's been a long time. I like the music. It's been a long time since I've seen the house this messy. I'll do number 1. Well, I didn't enjoy it so much as I needed it. While I'm working, I feel a kind of calm that rests in the pit of my ribcage. My soul just can't be soothed any other way it seems, which I guess is about all that matters. Oh, that and a tidy couch. Would you straighten the pillows on the sofa for me? Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up as long as you're over there. What was in the glass? It's alright. I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Yeah, let's make it especially cheesy. No. What? No? No, it was too... Sorry, never mind. No, I want to hear it. These dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come and do that? No, I want to know the story now. Last I checked, the tub needed cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best you can? Okay. No need to be perfect, we're all just human. Are there still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? If so, could you put them back up on the shelf? Perfect. Now then, how about you come and clear these dishes off the table?
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Don't worry about all the nonsense for now, just smooth out the rug in the
I know
bedroom.
that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time, just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Anyway, I said I had a really cheesy thought. Okay. I was going to say, it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you. Yeah, it does. I don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. Yeah, there's a bit of truth in it, though. Anyway. So, housekeeping. Okay. Let's keep doing this. Alright. Books, would you please? Yeah, okay. I'll go clean up the books. Why am I enjoying this? I am actually kind of like enjoying this this game.
I'm glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace.
To go over and straighten them up a bit, can't have these folks coming in a messy couch. It sounds like Coda like found something.
But, of
like,
course,
a bit
you
of
can't
heart and soul
last.
into it. Oh no!
The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again,
Oh, okay.
you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Dark space. What's the dark space? Oh, it's the light. It's the lamp.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it. This one gets a bit goofy.
Okay. Why'd you go? What's to improve your light? What's to get a better job? What does it make your relationships more meaningful? No. Is this all about perfectionism? Worship is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that when you're in life? Who do you know who is well developed as a person? They make you feel disgusted with yourself. Compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful. I intend to make you that person. Whoa, I can't speak so fast. Perfection is within your grasp. The question is not how do we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly. This is easy. It is so easy. It is so easy.
About halfway through the game,
Being
the
perfected
perspective
is
shifts.
effortless. Whoa! The question is not being perfected is effortless.
And you play as the
How do
teacher.
I achieve?
And
on the
suddenly,
way-
you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
I can't move. What is happening? Well, isn't the emphasis not the right? I had no idea this was going on. I'm just gonna keep pushing the yellow ones. I feel like that's just the easiest thing to do. Seeking out one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? There's no truth, there's no path. Do what is easiest, do what is simplest, feel what is true. I'm confused. Everybody run! Run!
I felt pretty hard for this one.
Perfection.
I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
That's a really interesting game. 2010. Wow, jumping through is pretty fast.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Whoa! Whoa! Jump scare much? Alright, performance game. Places, please. In this scene, you'll be playing as me. We are a gathering of professionals. What? First, you'll start leaning against this wall. Good, stay right there. Alright, alright. Oh, the woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her to gain something to succeed. Go say so, but I can't leave this wall. Where's the bathroom? Where's the bathroom? What are you doing? You're deflecting. You're not saying what's actually on your mind. Stop dancing around it and have a conversation with this person. Do it again. I'm super scared right now. I don't know what's going on. It's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of it. What's the conversation? What's the conversation? I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's you that need a bit of feeling of setting. There's a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. Yeah, I like the little tone music. Happy, focused, wise, successful. This is fun. Sorry, give me 10 minutes. I wonder if I could like walk right in the middle. Here we go. Oh, no. So I will continue with this game in a second. Just gonna... Where am I? Well, these two look fun. Okay. You must have worked really hard to get where you are. I bet you've learned to lean to the pain. What sacrifices have you made? You're messing it up again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. What am I supposed to say? For me, I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. What's the end of the game again? Do I keep going? Oh. That light glitching's annoying me. Do I keep walking? This is to come back to the prison again. I'm stuck. Alright. Let's walk this way. Let's see what this has, what we do over here. Oh. Okay, yes. Now
the game
this is
ends
working.
with this
This is what
eerie
it was
premonition
like.
of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to
Perfect,
perform
wonderful.
and
This is
having
really
to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Koda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself.
I've actually got goosebumps.
And to be
now.
honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Koda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Okay. Mobius Trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. Oh, I thought I actually had to keep my eyes closed. Why did I go blind? I can't see. Then some of my vision went back. Are we going to crash? This is a giant door. There's a giant door coming right for us. Help, I'm blind. Oh no. Truth? I don't know. What's going on?
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
There's a solution? Whoa. So, do you, Truth? Truth. The only way to stop it is to speak something that is honest. That. Oh. That's the truth.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore.
It's all right.
And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Koda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
Wow.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Okay. Where am I? Whoa! I was not I thought that was... I don't know what I was expecting that was. Anyone there? Oh! You can't walk off, okay. It's been here long since I've talked to anyone. Oh, I'm stuck. I can't go back. What's wrong? You look lost. I'm gonna try to create feel empty. We'll try that. Oh no. What happened? Did something change? I can't jump there. This engine. You're looking for a machine. I think I know. Oh, okay. It isn't far. Just take me to it. Okay.
If the last game featured Koda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even.
Yeah, I'm catching that.
Still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
What's the puzzle?
Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, And so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect
Okay.
with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
You have to close the first door. This is cool. I like the little mechanic change. Press the switch here. It was so
You
simple.
can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't
no.
be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If
I tried
all
to
of your
create
anxieties
empty
are being
hellos
channeled
and-
into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and
I
you're just
said
going
these
to
things.
crash.
There's no machine here. Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that development is simple and joyous, that you love it 100% of the time. Whoa! Oh, that feels wonderful. But it wasn't true. Don't worry about it, just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. Whoa. There was a world stamped with whiteness. Press the
Seeing
switch
this game at the
here.
time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped.
Feel bad.
It's like,
Whoa.
video games are not worth this amount of suffering. This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much
No, this is
joy out
helping.
of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and
So I
frustrated
made all these
like
choices.
this, it was the worst thing for me.
No, I didn't make that choice. I think these are all the choices you can choose. Oh dear.
I
Miss
don't know.
Moore, keep going.
This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I never felt so
Whoa.
rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed
In the game.
anything for this to stop. But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Okay, 2011. Machine. It's a guard. Ma'am, glad to see you arrived safely. We've captured the machine that's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. Tend to be quick. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing that you should know about this machine. It calls itself Coda. What do you do with it? How you capture the machine? Whoa. That's a lot of press. What's the machine?
And of course, it's the machine.
You stop. Oh, that doesn't sound healthy. You're working was keeping us alive. Wait, what are these? Are these blocks always here? Can you imagine what pain you put them through? It was only because your creations that any of us could make it through every day. So what's going to happen? You need to go to the people who are out there and apologize to them. You have to admit to the people you allowed them to suffer. I've been so Was this block always here, or is this getting closer to the machine? No, nothing? Think carefully. No, I haven't hurt you. No, nothing. Is this saying that, like, Coda became a machine to output content? Or, like, not even just content, just, like, create content? then I will speak to them for you. Whoa! Oh. Oh. My followers, my friends. I don't want to consider my friends. My followers. It falls on me to deliver bad news. The machine will not apologize to us. Wait, am I... Wait, I'm playing as if I'm, like, telling Coda you need to do better. This is non-pop. We are stronger than it thinks we are. We will find a way to live without it. We don't need its games. Let's play Retribution. Well, I mean, we'll destroy them. No! No, I don't want to do that. I'm doing the machine. I don't want the creations to go. I'm back on stage. Oh, Oh. Whoa, no, what? So we're just destroying Coda's what? I don't want to do this.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
Oh.
And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human
Mildly
beings,
satisfying,
would
though,
that bring
other
him
than
out of his
destroying their
mental
work.
spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
I mean, I think so. Whoa, whoa. Oh, I forgot what this part was. Wait, so like, is this saying that the creator started sharing the work? Oh, whoa, I fell.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater,
Yeah.
the notes, the house cleaning game, and
Yeah.
some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted.
And so?
I asked their
No.
opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Whoa. The machine. Put down your weapon. How do I do that? Whoa! No! Put the weapon down!
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work,
I don't want to
there's
shoot.
nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
But Coda wasn't happy.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess.
Did you get permission to give the games out?
And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's.
Okay.
This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Okay. Tower. I don't like that name. It makes me worried.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, The Tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying
so
to distance
tall.
itself from the world.
I've actually got
It's a
goosebumps
very
now.
cold game.
Alright.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Is there? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable.
Oh dear,
The game goes
that's
beyond
awful to
not
look at.
being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all.
Where do I go?
But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to keep going through there. I like this is like the unfinished parts of games. I thought the maze was like on the outside. This
And to be
is
fair,
eerie.
it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like
Oops.
the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever.
Yeah,
I
did
had
you
to
stop
cut
it?
off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has
5,
made.
6, 7.
It doesn't
8,
encourage
9,
thought
0.
or engagement. It doesn't ask
It's all
anything of
zeros?
me, except a lot of my time.
No, I
If
can't
I
click
could
it.
have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him. But I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here.
I'm confused too.
I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Okay. Oh, I've clicked it too many times. 5, 1, 6, 1, 7. Okay. Alright. Oh, it's got stairs. Okay. Oops. This is... Yeah. Just a door.
The switch to open this
Oh.
door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through
You
the
could
first
just
two
let me go
challenges, and
through
you got
again.
to this point, there's actually just no way to progress.
Yeah.
And it's scary for me. The idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem.
Are you saying that you're trying to like
I feel
help
like a failure,
fix
I guess,
Coda?
when I can't fix the problem.
Wait, there's so much going. There's so much.
But I can
There's
open
so
this
much
door
going
for
on
you,
here.
So let me do that.
See, there's you got the creator trying to fix the problem. You got Coda who's trying to like get creative energy out, but then like struggling internally. Like, are they talking to each other and like trying to
Was I a
understand how these
failure
things
for
work?
not understanding this game? I mean, I
No,
don't
but,
know why
like,
I would be.
you
It's
shouldn't
not like
feel
everything
entitled to
needs
fix
to
it.
have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed. and I don't understand why. I remember,
So many
it's June
levels.
of
So many
2011.
levels.
I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for.
Yeah.
I asked him so many
I thought
times
that
to
was-
please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean.
The 3 dots, right? I don't
And he
know.
wouldn't.
I don't know what the 3 dots mean. This is so creepy and eerie. Like, probably more
I
eerie.
just felt so
or-
strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy.
So you've been taking
It was
his
that I
work.
needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me.
So were
But he
you the one
stopped
who's trapped?
and left. And it felt somehow like I had failed.
So you and Coda kind of like feeling the same thing but in different ways.
Where did I screw up?
Because Coda was feeling like was Coda feeling like a failure, or is this your interpretation of Coda's work? Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you not
I'm
to
the
speak
reason
to me
that you
anymore.
stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
I
I
wonder
don't
at
think
times.
I ever told you this,
Do you think
but
I am
when I
making
took
these
your
games
work
for you?
and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
To my personal space.
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had
Permissions?
that,
Yeah, you weren't asking for
I
permission.
liked myself.
Yeah, because these are Coda's like private thoughts. Would you stop changing my game? Stop adding lampposts. I thought Coda put lampposts in the game.
And then you stopped. And I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that
Around
happened,
you.
there was
physically ill.
no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Is Coda the problem here, or is it you? With new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just part of the process. The fact you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you. Ooh, that's a strong line. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine, you're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace
I'm
with
afraid
this
that I
thing
did
you're
something really stupid because I don't like myself.
So holes in the map. And when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize
Yeah.
to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in.
No.
I mean, is something wrong with me?
Yeah, you
Because
shouldn't.
I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need
You're
to
afraid of being a
feel something
failure.
again. Like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself.
Wall is getting smaller.
Please.
I'm
fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
I've got, oh my god, so many mixed emotions, so much stuff going around my head at the moment. So Coda was struggling. This person feels the obligation to help fix them. Let's unpack it at the end. We're in a train station. Is this Grand Central Station? Where do I go? This way?
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
What do I do? I'm confused. Do I head back? Oh, train.
Solution.
So you're looking for solution. Oh. Okay. So, okay, trying to unpack this.
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed.
You did all that?
Maybe he
Did I
likes
miss
making
that?
prisons.
Because Coda seemed happy and content, and then you started coming in, pushing his boundaries, and then...
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Keep going this way. I think we're loading. Whoa, where are... Is this a cave? This reminds me of, like, you know, the Harry Potter and the... What's the second one? One with the basilisk? Chamber of Secrets.
If I knew that my life depended on
The cave underneath.
something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange,
Content.
but the thought of not
Content?
being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Like, if you're content, if you're proud of your own work, that's how you get that validation kind of thing that you feel, that you're happy with what you make. Blue light. Ooh. Okay.
What now? I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna...
You're gone.
Okay.
No. What? You're still here. Doorways. There's a lot of references to doors and doorways. Like open doors. It's like a metaphor letting people in. Or like... These are all doors. These are all like door handles and things. Okay. Oh, we're lifting up. I thought it was stuck here forever. What's over there? What's over there? I can't lift. Okay. Oh, that's just the wall. I'm back in. Is this Grand Central Station again? It is. Okay. Is that's the energy to the whisper machine. Remember the bolt right at the beginning of the game? That's that right there. Because that was to get to the engine room. The whisper machine was preventing it to get to the engine room. And you walk through the beam to break. It was the machine. Is that Coda? Like you walk into there and... Guess you walk into it. Oh, okay, now we're floating. Alright. Darkness. Whoa! Whoa! How do you know where to go? This has to be a metaphor for something, but I don't know what. Like you're lost? Like you... It's endless. It's an endless maze. Or is this talking about like being human? You don't know where you're going. You just like pick a direction, start moving, and you know you fail, go back and try again.
Turn back.
What?
Turn back from this cave. You said let
Project not been possible without the following individuals.
brave. Let me keep
So is that the end of the game?
going. But the cave goes for miles.
Oh, this is the song.
Miles and miles, and you're so tired, but I know that you're strong, so turn back, turn back.
Okay. And that's it. Well, that was an interesting game. Not what I was expecting. Certainly not what I was expecting. Hey everyone, Editor Quays here. I've decided that I want to remove the ending of my recording of the game, just because I don't think I really fully got the point of what the game was about or trying to say. Since then, I've read a number of Reddit posts, watched a number of YouTube videos, and read some other articles, and basically I'm not going to explain what the game's about. I'll let those articles and sort of more detailed videos do that, just because they've got a much better idea of what was going on. But the thing I wanted to say is that I did really enjoy this game, and it was really sort of like an eye-opener and quite motivating for me. Um, and it sort of made me want to continue pushing to make videos. While I was making this video, I took ages to decide to actually record it, and then editing's just been sort of like bugging me, and I kept putting it off for a little bit. And so after playing this game and thinking about it, it sort of remotivated me and made me sort of understand that my desire to do this should be that I want to be proud of what I make. And so that's essentially what I'm going to do. And because I wasn't proud of my ending, it didn't really make sense. That's why I'm sort of wanting to add this in. And I don't want to keep doing it, but I thought it was important to sort of tell you exactly what I got from the game. And yeah, I think the game was great, and I really want to keep sort of like filming these story games and sort of talking about exactly how I found them, what they're like, and having a bit of fun. So um, yeah, I want to say thank you to everyone who has come and watched me play this game and sort of let me ramble on about what the game is like and is meant to me and all that. And yeah, I've got a number of games I still want to play. It's got a very big Steam library, and I want to sort of pop them all out on YouTube in the future. So yeah, again, thank you to everyone who's watching, and I will see you in the next video.